The next award is a bit of a fun one. I hope you voted. It's the Open Source People's Choice Award. So presenting this award once again this year is Derek Wilson. Derek, but that's a first this evening. Derek is the New Zealand Country Manager for Red Hat and has been part of the ANZ management team for the past 6 and a bit years. For the last 25 years, he's worked across a number of organisations, from local startups to big global IT giants. And of course, he has a passion for open source technology, so please join me in welcoming Derek to the stage to present the award.
Thank you. Now, I wasn't always an open source guy. So when I first started programming, for those of you who are old enough to remember, and Richard might be, I programmed in Macro 11 and COBOL, so that's showing my age, unfortunately. So Red Hat as a global, everyone thinks, look, we commercialise open source software, but we also invest a lot in the local New Zealand community. We have a global learning management system which our 12,000 associates use. Any ideas what it is? TOTRA, yeah. So it's our global learning management system. So we're pretty happy to be investing back into the New Zealand community by using local systems. So the People's Choice Award. We've got 6 finalists, and they're all coming together. That's good. So I think we'll clap at the end of the 6 finalists rather than everyone, so I could be here for a while otherwise. The first one needs not too much introduction. It's Clement Ziedler, who's looking at the portable privacy around preserving cloud. And he's produced a thing called Fajoa, which is a data storage and data sharing solution that allows users to store their data locally or in the cloud. And it gives them the flexibility to move service providers at will. Danny Adair, really important for ongoing leadership and support of the Python community in New Zealand. So Danny founded the New Zealand Python user group many moons ago, and he's put a huge amount of time and effort into the Python community over the years. Kisara Rathnayake for the Deep Dreamer. Oh, was that a clap for the pronunciation or for the project? So it was that's for the Deep Dreamer Artistic AI project, and it's a free open source command line program that can be used to generate AI artistic images. Michael Proper, chairman of the Clear Foundation. I don't know if you know much about ClearOS, but it's a Linux-based open source system based on CentOS, which makes it easier to manage IT resources by combining cloud and server and network features. It's been used a lot for not-for-profit and education communities. The Stencilla project, software enabling reproducible research. So it allows open source software components to reproduce documents using interactive source code. And finally, the Whare Huora Sensors project, which we've heard about before. This is a very cool project which allows the sensors which give homes climates which people can exist in, and it's all open source using open source firmware and open source software. And it's going to give education and help residents have a healthier home. Right. And I haven't got an envelope, but I do know that the winner is... It's down there, no envelope.
Sweet, we've got 2 of them now. Kia ora. I wanted to thank my conspirators, Amber Craig and Hiria Tirangi, when we first proposed this idea that I built in my own house for my own whānau and inflicted on them. And Amber said, why don't we do it for everybody? And then she said, I know someone who can help us pull it off. and we found Hiriatirangi, and then we started with a year of tinkering and then a year of doing it seriously, and here we are today. We've deployed into Strathmore Park, we've deployed into Porirua and parts of Wairarapa with some funding from Te Puna Kokiri, the Kahau Fund. I want to thank all the volunteers. There's so many of them who turn up at our GitHub, at our Git repo, and they test my code, they tell me what's wrong with my code, and then they write better code sometimes and send me that instead. And that's how we got here. When I tweet at 10 p.m. at night saying, can someone please do a code review, and 10 people turn up and they look at it and they suggest how I could make it better. So thank you to everybody, thank you to all the volunteers. I want to mention the kaumatua that inspired a lot of this, and some who have passed from their homes that are making us unhealthy, that we live in a country that seems to be okay with people dying of pneumonia in their house, and they're not that old at all years. And I don't want that to be the way we live, and I want to get this off the ground. I want to get it everywhere. And if you have the skills in testing, in QA, and even checking my spelling, please, you're very welcome to come contribute. Thank you very much.